I 32 female thought I was done with the drama after the divorce. We were together for 7 years, married for 3. It wasn't a nasty split, just we grew apart, you know? Or so I thought. 3 months after he signed the papers, mutual friends started dropping hints about him and some new woman. Fine, whatever. He's a grown-up. He can do what he wants. Then came the texts. Oh boy, the texts. Late one night, after a few too many wines with my bestie, I got a string of them. From him. Apparently, his new GF was the absolute bomb. Like a total upgrade in every single conceivable way. And he made sure to detail them all. She's actually interesting to talk to. One charming message read. Another gem. You were always so high maintenance. New girlfriend's name is so chill. The kicker? She's better than you in every way. My heart. Yeah, it did a little crack. Not because I wanted him back. Not anymore. But the sheer audacity, the need to rub it in my face, that stung. Big time. But here's the thing about me. I don't do public meltdowns. I don't do screaming matches. I internalize. I plan. I document. Every single one of those delightful texts. Screenshot. Date and time stamped. Saved in a special folder on my laptop labeled ex-husband's nonsense. My bestie wanted me to go nuclear. Post it all online. Key his car. The whole shebang. Nah, that's not my style. I just smiled thinly and said, don't worry. Karma's a patient *TCH. I started focusing on myself. Therapy. Hitting the gym. Finally taking that pottery class I always wanted. My life started to feel good. Peaceful. He and his perfect girlfriend were background noise. Annoying gnats you swat away and forget. Until a year later. That's when the peace shattered. It was a Tuesday evening around 8 p.m. I was just settling in with a face mask and a true crime documentary when my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. Peeking through the peephole, my jaw dropped. It was him, ex-husband, looking like he hadn't slept in days. Hair a mess, clothes rumpled, eyes bloodshot. I hesitated. Why was he here? After a year of radio silence, after his charming text messages, curiosity, morbid as it was, won. I opened the door. Can I come in? He croaked, his voice hoarse. I just stared at him. Why would I let you in? He looked like he was about to cry. It's its new girlfriend's name. Oh, this was getting interesting. I stepped aside. He stumbled in, practically collapsing onto my couch. He looked like a train wreck. A very smug train wreck, I reminded myself. What about her? I asked, keeping my voice neutral. He ran a hand through his hair. She cleaned me out. My eyebrows shot up. Cleaned you out. He nodded miserably. Everything. My savings, my investments, even the money my grandma left me. I waited. Let him stew in his misery for a bit. How did that happen? I finally asked, trying to sound surprised I wasn't. He sniffled. She said she was investing it. Some amazing opportunity. High returns, low risk, the whole spiel. I trusted her. You trusted her? I repeated slowly, a hint of sarcasm creeping into my voice. The woman who is better than me in every way? He flinched. Don't. Why not? I asked sweetly. Wasn't that what you told me? That she was so much smarter, so much more trustworthy. He buried his face in his hands. I was an idiot. You were. I agreed calmly. So why are you here? Surely your perfect girlfriend can help you out of this mess. He looked up, his eyes pleading. She's gone. Vanished. Took everything and left. And that, my friends, is when the karma bus pulled up. My first instinct was to slam the door in his face. Let him deal with the consequences of his own arrogance. But then a tiny, vindictive part of me saw an opportunity. Not to get back together, God no, but to make him understand the depth of his idiocy. And you think I can help you? I asked, crossing my arms. He nodded desperately. You always were good with money. You always had your head screwed on right. The irony was so thick you could spread it on toast. Funny, I said, a small smile playing on my lips. Those weren't exactly the qualities you were praising in your texts about her. He winced again. I was trying to be an ass. I was insecure. Well, congratulations, I said flatly. You succeeded. He begged. He pleaded. He told me how desperate he was. How he had nowhere else to turn. Apparently, all those amazing friends he made with his new improved life weren't so helpful in a crisis. Funny that. I thought about it. For a grand total of maybe 5 minutes. Then, I laid out my terms. I'll help you, I said slowly. But it's not going to be easy. And it's definitely not going to be free. He looked up, hope flickering in his eyes. Anything. I'll do anything. First, I said, pulling out my laptop. You're going to read every single one of those texts you sent me. Out loud. He looked horrified. But he did it. Every single boast, every single insult. His voice got quieter and quieter as he went. Second, I continued, once he was done and looking thoroughly ashamed. You're going to apologize. Properly. Not just to me, but to yourself for being such a damn fool. That took a while. Lots of stammering and self-loathing. But eventually he got there. Third, I said, leaning back in my chair. I'll help you look over the paperwork. See if there's any way to recover your money. But you listen to me. You take my advice. No more get-rich-quick schemes. No more trusting people just because they flatter your ego. He agreed, looking utterly defeated. I spent the next few weeks helping him. Not because I suddenly had feelings for him again, but because, honestly, it was a little satisfying to see him humbled. To see him finally realize that maybe, just maybe, the woman he discarded wasn't so bad after all. We went through his bank statements, the investment opportunity documents, which were laughably fake, and contacted a lawyer friend of mine. The chances of getting his money back were slim to none. She had covered her tracks well. Eventually, he found a small apartment, got a not-so-glamorous job, started rebuilding his life from scratch. He still calls me sometimes, asking for advice. I give it curtly and professionally. The best part? He never once mentioned how much better his ex was than me. In fact, the last time we spoke, he actually said, I really messed up, didn't I? You were always the smart one. Justice served? You bet your sweet bippy it was. And the best part? I didn't have to key his car to get it. Sometimes, the universe just has your back. And sometimes, the biggest revenge is simply living your best life and watching the clowns trip over their own feet. I'm doing pretty damn well, by the way. My pottery is actually getting good. And my true crime documentaries? Still binge-worthy.